We're just getting set up here. Gonna see if we can stream some races tonight. Hopefully, Gilly and Wampus are gonna join us. We kind of threw this together at the last second here, so. All right, just getting settled. Got a few different leagues running tonight. Looks like we the Red Line Legends League already ran earlier tonight. We had the recap here somewhere. Yeah, it looks like Dylan 14 picked up the win in the Pro Late models, with Vinny picking up the win in the midgets at Vegas for the Red Line Legends. Right now we have Nitro Outlaws running. I don't have anybody streaming that right now, so we can't pick that up. But we also have the Ultimate Outlaw Dirt Series. Foster seems to be streaming that. We're going to grab a few clips from there, what we can. Cloud9 group's getting ready to start off in about 10 minutes or so. We'll jump in there with them. They're running UMPs and Supers at Rockberry. We'll see if we can catch a few from the Weekend Warriors. They're running a little bit of everything. They run like 9 different classes tonight, 7 different classes if I can count. All at Lima Land. We ran with those guys a few times. We'll just kind of jump wherever we can stream from. Whatever races are going on. Gillian Wampus hopefully join us later. We'll talk about some different stuff going on in the game, anything new. And then Rip the Lip's going to end the night at 7:15, or excuse me, 10:15 Eastern. I'm on the West Coast, so excuse me for my ignorance. See if we got, looks like we got, we've got the Nitro Outlaw guys running their mini sprint race. If we can jump in there real quick. All right. Oh, we're just kind of jumping in the middle of the Nitro Outlaws. like we got Big T running 5th. We can't really see where everybody else is at in this race, but you there with us, Gilly?
Yeah.
All right, just like I said, just catching what we can here from Big T40's view. He's running 5th here behind Scribbles. They're running the micros, and they're gonna run 410 sprints at Cedar after this one. It looks like.
Do we know who the leader is?
I don't. You're kind of quiet on my end there, Gilly. Sorry.
Let me try to fix my mic here.
I get you turned up here a little bit. Is that any better?
I don't know.
There we go. I can't tell who the leader is there. All I can see is thanks for joining us though. Sorry for the short notice.
I know you're good. Yeah, I just got back, so.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was going on tonight, but so we got Rip the Lip coming up at 10:15. What we got going on there tonight?
Got the UMPs taking on Cedar Lake and Eldora.
Excellent. You got
That should be interesting.
where are you guys at in the points chase there now? You guys middle of the season, towards the end of the season? I'm not quite. I haven't been following it that closely.
Towards the end of the season, last week was the first round of the playoffs, so we had 2 get cut, so it'll be top 8 right now. We have GD leading the way with Rogue, Motoman, Jamie, myself, Foul Hunter, JNC, and Walker. 2 people from that list will be cut today for the 6th, and then after that week we'll head to the final 4.
Gotcha. Sounds good. All right, so we got the. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like the Fairbury race is over for Big T. Finished 4th there. You can see he ended the stream pretty abruptly on me there, so we'll jump out of that one.
Yeah.
And we'll pull up Foster's here. This is the Ultimate Outlaw Dirt Racing Series, so they're running micros tonight to start off. Again, it's kind of hard to see who's out front with these things if you're not actually in the lobby, but it looks like we got a caution there. Foster was got himself running about 6th or 7th here.
Alcat, Neon.
What was that?
Got the man, the myth, the legend, Neo, up there.
I did not see that. I'm not really sure. Oh, with Neon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If you can take another one here.
Yeah, I didn't see him running much this weekend. He is the new all-time leader.
He's got some work to do, though. It looks like he's starting about that 5th now.
Yeah, I wonder if this. Let me see here. Some of these guys do these lobbies public. You can kind of jump in there in the middle of it sometimes. See if we can jump in there somewhere. Sorry for the banging around there. Second week doing this, so we're still just kind of getting the bugs worked out of it. So if we're making a little racket and stuff going on in the background, excuse us. Looks like we might have a. Looks like we might have a view of this here. Oh, watching Foster there catch the fence.
Yep. Oh, young Mikey's in this race.
Yeah, Mikey last night.
Mikey. Got the face cam on with the wheel.
So we got leading this here. I can't really see the Wildcat leading this race. It looks like he's running second.
Oh, there we go.
Looks like it might be Styles up now. It's so hard to cycle through these things sometimes. There we go. I got Matt White out front. Here we go. That's going to take the lead here. It looks like we're on lap 17. About 7 laps to go. There's still Wildcat there behind him in second. I can't quite tell. We get another caution come out, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like Wildcat. Hold on a second. I don't know all these guys' cars numbers, so excuse me for kind of jumping around here and fumbling around with it, but yeah, Neon still finds himself back there about 6th or 7th. Wildcat running 2nd. Solty 5th. Matt White still leading it here. Looks like they're coming to the green. Matt White's been picking up some league races here and there, some different leagues. Good to see him pick up a note here in the Open Outlaws as well. Got roughly about 4 laps left to go here. I don't know if anybody's got anything for it. Wildcat's trying to find a spot. He's trying to get down to the bottom. Oh, collision with a lap car. Takes Matt White out of it.
Oh.
Or was that the checker? No, there's still a lap to go.
Wildcat's got it.
Yeah, he does. It looks like that's going to be the result. Right up here. Looks like Aussie Mike in 2nd. Neon made it at the 3rd. Mikey in 4th. Hawk in 5th. Boxer goes up to 6th. Matt White fell all the way back to 7th after collected with that lap car. I didn't see who that was. Did you see who that was, Gilly?
No, I didn't. Yeah, that sucks for Matt, though.
Yeah, it
Very
is.
unlucky to get wrecked with that lap car, especially.
Looks like Cloud9 guys are getting started up here. Let's see if we can jump over there real quick. It's a little chaotic here trying to jump back and forth between different leagues and different, but we'll
yeah, looks like GD's warming up at Rockberry for the UMPs for Cloud9.
Yeah, it's just pulling his up right now.
Getting some laps.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're qualifying there or if they're...
I don't know if it's qualifying. I'm not sure. No, looks like they're in their own groups, so they're probably qualifying here.
Yeah, it looks like they're qualifying 4 cars in the heat here for Cloud9. Got GD's feet up. So got Nebraska going. Been trying to pull some guys in, but also at the same time trying to get, we don't want to pull up any bells to stream, put it on ours if they're not okay with it. So trying to get a hold of some guys, make sure they're good with us putting stuff up before we do it. keyboard banging there? Is that coming through the mic?
No.
Okay. Sounds loud through my ear, so. All right. All right. Looks like Nebraska's good with us putting his feet up, so we'll throw him up there as well. Guess I should have made these widescreen here. All right. Are you where are you viewing on there? Are you watching the stream, or are you watching it wherever you can find, or?
I got GD and Nebraska pulled up
All
along with
right,
yours,
I got
so I
both
can
of
watch
them right
through.
now up on the stream.
Got it.
Trying to find out who else we can find live here. We got Kiwi doing something. Where is he? He must be in this race as well. Yep.
And Nebraska got shoved up there. I was back in line though, running third. Battling with, I don't know who that is.
Can't quite tell there.
He gets by him.
And Nebraska running third. And he has heat race behind Jinja Ninja. In the meantime, we got GD out in front of his, kind of like he's gonna run away with that. Let's see if Nebraska can make up any ground there. Pretty sure Nebraska's the all-time win leader in the Cloud9.
Yeah.
He's definitely making up some ground on these top two here. We got about 8 laps to go in this race. Yeah, GD's just running away with his there. Nebraska definitely making up some ground. Looking around some other leagues, see what's going on. We've got Ultimate Outlaws. Looks like they're running. I thought they already ran this race. It's kind of hard to follow sometimes.
They might be redoing it due to that lap car or whatnot.
You think so?
Yeah, I was in Mikey's stream and I think he said they were gonna redo it or something.
Okay, I didn't see. So they're rerunning the whole race.
They must be, or maybe they're shortening it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we'll have to find out from Foster later what the deal is. It's kind of hard to see.
Right.
In the meantime, we're watching a couple of the heat races in the Cloud9 at Rockberry.
Yeah, GD's checked out of this one.
Yeah, he's got a comfortable lead. Nebraska's made up a little ground on these first two, but he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna get it done here. He's only got a couple laps left to go.
Just looking. Trying to get a better run off. Look to the bottom here.
Got to run off at 2 there, down the back stretch.
about got him clear there. No crossover.
Cloud9 runs a dash if I remember right, so I think that'll probably put him in the dash because we're usually top 2. Switching over to the other heat race, I'm looking at Kiwi's view. I got that up on him on the screen. He's running second there behind GD. Good, respectable run.
Yeah. Nebraska came home third there.
I did not see him lose that position.
Yeah, he must have got stuck by or must have messed up on exit and got into that wall or something. But GD will finish off first there.
Let's see what's going on over here. It looks like Ultimate Outlaws moving on to their UMP race. I'm not quite sure what that was with that micro though. I thought they'd completed that earlier, but if you find out any more, let me know.
Yeah. I got one pulled up. Looks like they're just waiting on something or if they're talking about it or whatnot.
Anybody, if there's anybody watching, we got one viewer. Probably my one faithful bot viewer out there tonight. So if we get somebody on that could help, let me know how the sound is going on this thing. I kind of watched it back the other day. I thought it was a little quiet, so I'm trying to turn the volumes up a little bit here.
Yeah, Mikey's not very happy with the results at the micro race there and there.
No, maybe we can get talking to Foster later and see what the heck was going on there.
Something with lap cars and they're taking that care of that and trying to get them out of there. Deal something out there.
Yeah, I ran in one. Most of the leagues, every league's got a little different rules. Especially for lap cars. Some are lap cars need to get out of the way. Some are lap cars need to reset if I tell. I mean, they just ran it. Even ran in a couple of leagues where it's like lap cars can do whatever the hell they want. It's your job to get around them. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my big rule is just hold your line. To be honest, I mean, most leaders will find their way around you. I mean, top or bottom.
Yeah, we do a similar
Part.
thing where it's hold your line if you're racing with somebody. Hold your line. But if you're just kind of running around in the back by yourself, if the leader asks you to move over, then move over.
Yeah.
And it just kind of depends on it's all situational. So it looks like Nebraska and GD are getting loaded up for a dash or something here. So switch over here to Ultimate Outlaw. We got Foster. Looks like they might be qualifying or hot lapping here.
Yeah, it looks like they were into the fort, or at least modifieds. They're in. UMP's at Cedar Lake, looks like. Looks like they're getting into heat races. I got a heat race here with Boise, Wildcat, Boss, Young Mikey. So it looks like I don't know if they're just not going to count that race or if they're just going to roll with what happened there for the micro race.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll just go big screen here with Foster for now. Looks like trying to see what's going on over here at Cloud9. Looks like they may be grouping up for. Looks like they might be grouping up for the dash.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Redneck's got the pole with GD to his outside. AK's third, K Adams fourth.
Not familiar with Ginger Ninja. I'm not sure if that's a a new gamer tag for somebody, or but I don't know. Have you raced with him before?
Never heard of him. And RMR.
Yeah, I raced a lot
Like
with
he's rounding
Kiwis,
out.
Australian guy. He's fun to race with. He usually gives you lots of room. Races you clean. He's fast.
I don't know if I've raced with him before or not.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they left us a spot open to jump in and watch, so we'll just watch where we can. I need to reach out to the Cloud9 guys. In the meantime, we'll just pull up GD's feed. Who else? Anybody else in there streaming? Kiwi's got his stream going. We'll see if we can get something going there too.
Yeah, looks like Nebraska's. I don't know what he's doing. The lobby this is for. Could be a B main. I don't know if they got enough for that. Take a look here.
There we go. We'll get Kiwi and GD up here for the Cloud9 dash. It's definitely got to be a dash.
Yeah, it looks like Nebraska's hosting a B main here. Looks like they got a dash corner and a B main going.
Yeah, they do a deal where everybody doesn't make the dash. Everyone B and then use that B. That's kind of more of a qualifier event than the B main, but they call it a B.
God.
Looks like we got a good race here with GD and Redmond.
He's trying to find his way around here.
GD's got a 9 and a
Red Knight looks like he got a better run there. Definitely a hard track to pass, kind of one line.
Yeah, you just gotta move a guy or hope he gets that apron down the right.
Alright. Understandable pass, kind of cool. Try and get him more towards the center, get him more fast. Only really real way to pass here.
Okay, we got Kiwi going to 6 laps left to go here.
Nebraska over in the 40% B or qualifier event here. Looks like Nebraska got a huge distance over second place here.
So he'll qualifier event, he was actually sort of 9th in the feature, so it's like the best he can do with the result from the heat race.
A lot of that bump for this race, we want to get by. First place time sleeping would help him out a lot here if he can get him the back.
Chicken lost for second. Looks like they're in the heat racing right now, so I think we're going to jump into the main. Spot there doing coming up to me. You moving there a little bit? I didn't quite see it. You know, just like
I don't know.
I think Rennie just kind of
be out.
I couldn't tell. Rennie just kind of moved out of the way here. I can see it.
Yeah, I kind of just missed that.
Put PD on the pole. They're starting to line up for the feature there. It's the first 4 rows.
And Nebraska still has about 5 to go. Not sure who is falling behind Nebraska, but
I can't quite tell. Snipes has got his up. Let's see. My bet would be he's probably running a close second. He's actually running third. We got Nugent in second. Oh, Nebraska spun out.
Nebraska. Kyle Mania gets by.
That's going to give Snipes the lead here.
Snipes.
Not quite sure how he spun out there. I don't think Rockford's not a really easy place to spin out like that. So we'll watch the end of this qualifying race. Sorry for changing screens and moving stuff around. I'm still getting used to this thing here. So in the meantime, it gives Snipes the lead there. Put Nebraska back to third. Kyle moved up to second. Nugent was right there, but I guess he when he made that contact with Nebraska after he spun it, moved back quite a bit.
Yeah, it could be fourth or anywhere back there. Final time on a turn 4. Snipes looks like he's got the win with Kyle second, Nebraska third.
Yeah, they'll be starting 9th, 10th, and 11th in the feature there. Looks like they had a pretty good field of cars tonight. 18 to 20 cars there, it looked like, for Cloud9.
Yep.
Looking over at the Ultimate Outlaw guys, looks like they're lining up for their heats right now. And, oh, missing out on the... Let's pause or something here, but missing out on the Nitro. Looks like they're running 410s. The Nitro Outlaw guys. Alright, there's the finish of the B main / qualifying race for Cloud9. We'll see if we can get somebody to leave us a spot for the Cloud9 feature so we can jump in there. And we'll jump over and watch the Ultimate Outlaw heat race there at Cedar with Foster. He's trying to get around Hatchet here. Hatchet is a tough guy to get around when he doesn't want you to pass, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
But Foster gets a good run on him there. Hatchet's trying to come back there off of 4 there. He's going to have the inside line going into 1.
I'm enjoying the mods at Sierra Lake, very racy. You could kind of go either way.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tracks in this game where there's a couple different grooves where you can really run side by side like this, but Cedar's definitely a good one for it. Got a really good race here going on with Hatchet and Foster for this heat race. Hatchet's going to slide up in front of him there. Off of 4, about 4 laps left to go. Foster makes a nice move back underneath of him there. They're going to go back and forth here for those last 3 or 4 laps. It's a good heat race here. Good racing going on. Good and clean, giving each other space. Oh, and there's a tire. Foster catches a tire and takes them both, but it looks like Hatchet held on to the lead, but Foster's going to fall back to third, which happens to be last in this particular heat race. Let's see if we
Yeah, this car's shot.
Yeah, looks like Kyle didn't get our message in time. So it looks like Cloud9 guys are getting ready to start their feature.
Yeah.
A couple different views here. We've got Nebraska starting back in 10th. ED starting up towards the front. Beating and banging going on there to start off this race. Got some guys lagging in and out. Typical of this game. See a lot of cars ghosting. GD's just kind of out in front by himself right now. We'll keep an eye on Nebraska running his way up through this field. See if he can make it through there. Pull up Snipes here on another screen. Snipes got himself back in 11th. Who you got pulled up over there, Gilly?
Right now I'm watching Nebraska here. Working on RMR 7 series. ED did get to the point. That outside front row definitely did help him. He's starting to make a big gap between him and second place.
All right, well that's Snipes here to the mix on the view here.
Yep. So he's hanging in about 10th place here.
Yeah, Nebraska's making his way up through. He's found a way up to 6th. I think he's pretty. What do we say? He started at 11th in this thing.
Yeah, I believe so. 11th. Maybe it was 9th. I'm not sure.
Anybody's gonna have anything for GD here. He's got a. We'll see him making too many mistakes. He's hitting that bottom line just right on the money. Both ends of the racetrack, putting it up against the fence.
Nebraska's in the inside of K. Adams here working for 5th.
He's got a little. Can you tell who that is behind him there?
Not sure, but he's trying to get a piece of Nebraska.
Nebraska gives Adams just a little bit of a nudge there. It's going to move him up maybe just enough to get underneath. Nebraska catches the apron.
Yeah.
There's a little momentum.
Let's put on his part.
They're just rubbing a little bit down the straightaway, just trying to make a little bit of room there. Nebraska's definitely faster at the moment if he can just find his way through the front here.
And just about clears him, might get him this corner. Oh, big door. On K. Adams to get by on the outside.
And that's going to let Kiwi get by there for 7th or 6th. In the meantime, looking down at Snipes, he started 9th in this thing. He's falling back to 10th. He's trying to work his way back up into the 9th position. Keeping an eye over in this Ultimate Outlaw race and see what they're doing. Looks like they're getting lined up. At the same time, we got the Nitro Outlaws running 410s at Cedar. They look like they're in the middle of their heat races, so we'll jump over where we can. Looks like Nebraska got himself in some clean air in 5th. Let's see if we can make up any more ground on these guys up here in front of him. He's about half a straightaway behind 4th place, it looks like. Snipes has found his way back up to 9th. He's trying to get back. He's trying to get in. Who is that? Tony? I don't know. You know that guy? I don't know his name. He's trying to get around him for 8th
Actually,
there.
don't know. Oh, but GD definitely has a big separation here between him and A-Case. Jamie's running 4th currently. Nebraska's still in 5th. Got a lot of ground to reel in for Nebraska, but he did start 11th, so a lot of credit to him moving his way through the field here pretty early on.
All right. Again, apologize to our one bot viewer here for us moving the screens around just Just feeling this out, seeing what we can do with it. It's like a new toy.
I'm seeing 4 viewers right now. Of them being me. But
All right. Where are we at in this race? We got about not quite to the halfway point. We're at GD's on lap 18, 22 laps to go here.
yeah, they just crossed about the halfway mark. GD's just slowly stretching that lead. He's up to a 2.2 second gap over AK's.
Yeah, it's nice when you get out in front like that. It's not that it happens all the time, but when you get out in front like that, you pull up that little split window. You know, the window gives you the split times, kind of gives you, let you know where you're at, how comfortable you can be with the lead, how hard you need to push.
Right.
What you don't want to do is get out there and you don't need to run qualifying
Overdrive.
when you're out in front. Don't want to make any mistakes. So sometimes you can run a little cautious and still hold on to the lead and not have to worry about the guy behind you. $18 laps left here to go. GD's still out front. Can't tell where everybody's at, but we can tell you that Nebraska's in 5th and Snipes is holding on to 9th. Got Nugent right in front of him in 8th. So our top 5 right now is GD, A-Case, Ginger Ninja, Jamie, and Nebraska. Nebraska about 1 second behind Jamie. He's making up a little bit of ground. In the meantime, GD's just kind of running consistent laps here, holding about a 2.5, 3 second lead over A-Case.
Yep. Yeah, it was only a 2.2, and now it's all the way up to a 2.9.
Yeah, stretching it out for
laps,
sure.
So. Yeah, he's getting about a 1/10 of them every lap. Yep. About a 1/10 every lap.
Yeah, he's definitely on a rail right now for sure. Nebraska has made up some ground there on Jamie, but I don't know if he's gonna have enough laps to do it.
He'll definitely be close. Gonna need him to make some mistakes here.
In the meantime, Snipes has worked his way up to 8th.
Like, Matt White's league and the bunch are all lined up for the feature and rolling off in a few seconds here.
Over in the Ultimate Outlaw race, UMP's at Cedar.
Yes.
Yep. Add that up here on the screen.
Yep. Looks like GD's got about 9 to go.
Oh. What that was. Looks like we had a restart in that race. We went live to that Ultimate Outlaw race at Cedar, and it just kind of crash fested there at the start. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, looks like they're lining it back up here.
Are they re-racking it?
Yeah, they're all backing out. Man. Hopefully they can get a good start here.
In the meantime,
as they react this.
We also got the between windows crossed up on top of each other here. I guess we can get rid of mine. I didn't know. There we go. Trying to bring up that nitro race.
ED's 5 to go. Nebraska's almost to Jamie's bumper here. Been working on him. He's got enough juice to get around him here for that 4th spot. Very tight battling here.
There we go. All right, so we've got the we've also got the Nitro Outlaws running 410s at Cedar. Make that window very good size, shouldn't fit in here, but looks like we got GD's just gonna hold on. She's got 2 laps to go, but it looks like we can get a good race here between Nebraska and Jamie for 4th.
Hey,
it's like a good race up here for 2nd and 3rd. People, I can't really see it.
Give him a little tap here in the center. Trying to get a good drive off. Looks like he does. Side by side going into turn 3 and 4. They're going to be showing the white flag. Nebraska cleared him.
Last lap here.
Jamie's got something for him.
Yeah, moved his way from 11th to 4th. That's a pretty good run there at Rockbury for sure. It's a lot of work.
Yep. GD comes home. Taking the win here.
He's going to take the win. We'll pull up to get you the full result here on this.
Nebraska holds off Jamie there.
GD,
that 4th
AK's,
position.
Ginger Ninja, Nebraska, Jamie, Kiwi. Looks like Kiwi rounded out the top 5 there. Oh no, 6, sorry. Snipes, XT, Nugent, and up top. Going to round out the top 10 there on that feature.
I think it's safe to say Nebraska got that hard charger there. I mean, he put in a lot of work there from 11th to 4th.
Oh, definitely had to be the hard charger for sure. In the meantime, we have. Meantime, here on the right, we have the.
Again.
Sorry, go ahead, Gilly.
We're gonna try this one again here. If you look at the top left of your screen, you got the UMP mods at Cedar Lake.
It's a Nitro Outlaw group there on the left. Ultimate Outlaw on the right. Oh, excuse me, I got that backwards. Nitro Outlaws on the right there with the 410s at Cedar Lake. Looks like Cedar Lake's a popular place to be tonight.
Yeah, look at that. Cedar Lake, 2 different series and leagues.
So we're watching Big T40H's stream here on with the sprint cars with the Nitro Outlaw boys, and then we're watching Foster here. He's running 8th in this UMP feature at Cedar as well. Don't think I've got anybody else's stream up from any of those, so this is the view we have to watch. I see if maybe we've got an open spot in one of these. We can pull up a full screen of it.
Ooh, nice cross over there. Got the lead coming to line.
Looks like we might be able to pull up a full screen here of this race of the. BT's got himself a nice comfortable lead there.
Yeah, once you got that lead, you started to get a nice gap here over the 2nd place.
Foul Hunter here on the bottom. We'll jump up here to Big T. I think he's got a pretty good lead here.
Oh, 5th placer Foster at Cedar Lake. The modifieds.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of settled in there on lap 11. Have a little different view on this 410 race at Cedar.
And Big T just trying to sprint that gap to a comfortable lead to right away with this.
Slinky's trying to make his way into second. Moves his way up into second, third, and fourth. They're putting on a really good show. Oh, looks like we got a caution coming out. No.
Oh.
Yeah, it does look like we got a caution.
Oh yeah, must be game caution.
Is that the end of the race? Is that what I missed?
Oh, I could have. No, that was the end of the race. Stream ended. It looks like Big T did get the win with foul hunter Slinky.
Right?
Not true. It's absolute. Yeah, it is.
Big T looks like Big T just kind of ends his streams like right at the end of the race here, so we'll it's hard to see finish results here, but looks like Big T, Foul Hunter, Slinky, and Jackie are going to be the top five. AJ Hunter's going to be the top five there for that Nitro race. In the meantime, we'll jump over here to Foster's view, and we need to jump over and see what's going on at Cloud9, see where they're at here.
Like they're still waiting, maybe in a meeting or something before they hop into these super late models.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've started anything over there yet at all. All right, sorry, there's not a whole lot going on, but trying to keep track of who's where, and these 4 or 5 leagues all run at the same time tonight. Monday nights are a busy league night. If you want to start a league night, there's not too many leagues run on Saturdays, but there's also a good reason for it. There's not a lot of people on Saturdays either, but
right
as we get into these winter months,
games got a lot of Monday leagues, but
Sunday, Mondays are pretty busy. Friday and Saturdays are definitely the slowest time, but you get time to put on an event if you can get people committed to it, because there's just not a lot of people even online during those times sometimes.
Right. It might even be better if you even ran a Saturday race.
Yeah.
During the day. But
yeah, it's a red line, guys. I think we're running kind of like a early, like a 5 or 6 o'clock on a Saturday. All right, so we're watching Foster here in this Ultimate Outlaw UMP race here at Cedar. He's holding on to 5th. I got no view to tell me who's out in the front anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. It could be Wildcat. I mean, he won his first heat, and he's pretty solid here, so that'd be my guess.
Looks like we might have an open spot. We can jump in here real quick for the last few laps. We're watching Johnny here. I assume he's out in the front of this thing with about 9 laps left to go. Good line around the bottom down there.
Yeah. It's looking like everyone's now down to that bottom lane.
You can make that top work, but the bottom definitely seems to be a little faster. But you're taking a big chance with those tires sometimes. Just one little mistake and you're pretty much done.
Yeah. got about 3 to go here.
Looks like the Cloud9s are getting ready to start up. Looks like qualifying or heat race. I'm not sure which one, but they're getting ready to start their super race up there. We'll jump over there and see this one here.
Yeah, they got 3 to go. I think they're qualifying at Rockberry with the supers.
Looks like that's going to be the finish there for that race. Looks like. Here's the finish here from Foster's view.
Johnny, Matt, Wildcat, Hatchet, Foster.
Yeah, it's been Johnny out front, Matt White
top.
second, Wildcat third. Foster running out the top 5 there. I think that's gonna. Let me see if they had something else going on. I thought that was the end of their night.
Thinking so. Looks like qualifying just
No, they
finished.
actually have big blocks left on the schedule here. They ran micros, mod of UMPs, and big blocks all at Cedar Lake, so there's still a big block race left to go for the.
Looks like Cloud9 qualifying has been complete. Loading up into their heat races at the moment. Maybe that wasn't qualifying.
All right, we jumped around a little bit here and there. If you're making any of you guys seasick, let me know. Playing around with this new software, just seeing what we can do. We got multiple different streams going on. We're just kind of grabbing and throwing in here.
Looks like maybe that was just a practice I was watching there with TD. Not sure if that was qualifying or not. It's not showing the best lap, so.
Yeah, I don't think they normally run a hot lap before.
I'll see what happens here. They're loading in.
Yeah, it has the looks of a heat race here. No, definitely it's qualifying. They're separating out here for qualifying, so.
Yep.
We won't necessarily bore you with the qualifying laps. We'll just bore you with whatever we have to say instead. See if we can kind of catch up a little bit on some of the race winners from tonight. Looks like Big T40H picked up that win. Picked up the win in the 410s at Cedar Lake for Nitro Outlaws. We had Johnny picking up the win in the UMPs at Cedar Lake for Ultimate Outlaw Dirt Series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who. We don't know. I'm not quite sure who ended up with that micro sprint win. Did you see? Did you see any kind of chatter anywhere on the boards or anything?
No, I did not.
We'll have to reach out to Foster afterwards and see what that.
Midwest Online Outlaws. They're at Limeland, I believe. Where are they?
All right. Just kind of regrouping here. Some of these races are getting going again. We got Cloud9 running it. Cloud9 running supers at Rockberry. We also have Ultimate Outlaw Dirt Series Dirt Racing Series, excuse me, running big blocks at Cedar. Looks like they're just kind of getting fired up there. Looks like we're still doing qualifying with the Cloud 9 guys. In the meantime, I think we should, let me see here. We'd like to keep track of all the league wins and all the different races we can. And as of yesterday, some dude named Moto 5 had 3 wins on the month, but that was leading the group, but I'm sure that's going to change.
I forgot. New month, new counter.
Yeah. That's definitely not going to hold up. I can tell you that much before this night's over with.
Yeah,
we got to enjoy it while we can, though, right?
Tonight. Yeah, right.
We had fun running with.
Could get at it.
Yeah, we had fun running a bunch of different league races over the weekend. We ran with the Elite Hell guys, Elite 406. We ran some Redline races. I ran with the BCRL on Sunday night. Also ran with a Midnight. What the heck is a newer league? Midnight Showdown League around micros. They're running micros on Sunday nights at like midnight Eastern. Excuse me there. A lot of good stuff going on. We'll see what goes on into the winter. I saw a post the other day. Somebody's putting together a money Christmas race. Did you see that anywhere, Gilly?
I did not.
I have to look that back up. I don't know if I saw that. I want to.
Qualifying has been completed for the Super Rockberry at Cloud 9. GD got fast time in his heat with a 16.041. Nebraska's also in his heat race with a 16.173 for second. Newgate got third, DJ Snipes fourth, and Cade Dunn rounds out the end of the heat race in fifth.
Looking over at the other heat races, Kiwi's in here. I'm not sure who else is in there with them, but looks like they're a little further behind in their schedule. Or they might be in their heat race from all I can tell right now. So
yeah, maybe GD's behind. Not sure.
I'll throw a Kiwi screen up here real quick.
Yeah, not sure if he must have spun out or someone, if that's the heat race or they're just spread out for qualifying.
I can't quite tell what's going on there. It's really hard to tell if you're not really in the lobby sometimes.
Yeah. Looks like Nebraska and GD are now green in their heat race. GD gets to the point early on. I think Nebraska's battling with the 25 of... Maybe it's DJ Snipes. I don't know who runs the 25, but we're battling on right here.
We'll pull that up here real quick. We'll go get GD and Nebraska up here real quick.
Looks like GD's definitely separated and Nebraska's trying to pull away from third here. Starting to get situated here in the heat race.
And GD once again out front. Nebraska's trying to chase him down here. Nebraska can hold on a second, at least I'll give him a chance in the dash. He missed that early in the UMP race, had to run that qualifying race. We've also got Snipes in that same heat race running back and forth at the moment. I see what's going on in one of the other heat races, but can't really tell. Nice thing about Rockberry can be pretty racy. I mean, it's the bottom dominant in just about every class. I don't really know if there is a class you're on the top of this place with.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think there is any.
If you're gonna run, it's just gonna be all about that guy making any mistakes in front of you.
Mhm.
In the meantime, checking in over on the Ultimate Outlaw guys, and looks like they're running they're qualifying in their big blocks. Just kind of settling a position here in this heat race. GD in Nebraska. Let's see if we can check in over here with Kiwi, what they got going on over there. He's kind of just sitting on the home screen, so I'm not sure if that must have been their heat race, and they're just kind of waiting for the B main to line up.
Yeah. Looks like GD is coming to 3 and 4 the last time. He's gonna take the win with Nebraska second.
Yeah, that's the finishing lineup for that heat
Like
race.
Nougat. Third, TJ Snipes and K Dunn.
Yeah, GD Nebraska. Is it Nougat or Nugent? Which one?
I actually don't know. I couldn't tell you.
The other guy I really haven't raced with very much, so I'm not really sure. Looks like I left my car on a race here. I'm kind of sitting against the wall. Well, it looks like we'll get a view of the dash and the qualifying race here for Cloud 9.
Lineup process is gonna start here.
Let's see if we can figure out where they are in their season here. So, looking at their point standings for Monday nights. Looks like the point leader for Cloud9 here is GD. The UMPs anyway from earlier was GD, Redneck, AKs, and Maki was in the up top of the top 5. And in the supers it was Redneck, AKs, Kid Rocket, K Adams, and up top for this. And where we are, Robert, this is week 6 of their 8-week schedule, so just a couple of races left to go for Cloud9 on their Monday night series. I'm sure they'll be putting together another season after this one, though.
Yeah, very interesting schedule. I actually don't race that a lot, but definitely cool to see them go to those tracks.
Yeah, the funny thing is, if we again keeping some of the stats that we do. We're kind of a stats monkey here. We've kept results for over 2,800 races in the last 13 months here on and only 19 league races have been ran at Rockberry out of those 2,800. So,
Yeah.
not a track that's used very often in league races, but it is a fun track to race on.
Yeah, I mean, I actually enjoy running laps there. It's just me personally, just the racing is kind of hard to do at that track, due to being kind of single file.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
you will.
Especially when you get behind guys who don't really make mistakes, because you're really just counting on that guy, like we said earlier. You're just counting on that guy hitting that apron on the bottom, or if you catch or if you catch that wall down the straightaway, front stretch or the back stretch, it makes it really hard to make the turn into the corner. You can kind of get him there sometimes too. Looks like we got a view of Snipes here in the qualifying race. All right, so we got Snipes over in the top left corner. They're running the. He's in the what Cloud9 likes to call the B main. It's kind of a qualifier to line up the non-dash cars. Other two screens we have a view from GD and Nebraska in the dash there for Cloud9.
Somebody might have lagged out. There's only 5 cars in it. I don't know what that's about, but looks like Redneck's got the lead. GD up in second.
Redneck jumps out in front again, just like he did in the UMP race earlier.
K. Adams fourth. Nebraska rounding out the end here.
Looks like we got a full view here of the B main. We'll jump in here and see if we can spectate this a little bit. Looks like Jamie out in front there in his Brian Shirley inspired paint job.
Yeah.
Kind of cross corner here. Where you can see the bottom screen here, dash cars. Nebraska on the right, GD on the left. Really trying to chase down Redneck here with about 5 laps to go in that dash. In the meantime, Snipes made his way up to 5th. He's trying to get around 4th here. It's like Kid Rocker right in front of Kid's another guy can really hard to get around if he doesn't want you to.
Redneck is
front of this B main. Engineer running in second. Looks like Kyle Meany to be in 3rd there. Really wishes.
GD's trying to.
Let's just spectator screen at
to the bumper, Redneck.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. GD's trying to get around Redneck here. He's up to his bumper now. Trying to wait for an opportunity. They only got 2 to go now.
Let's see if Redneck gives
You
him
already got it.
that UMP dash. There it is, right there. Oh, GD with a little spot. He backs out, but then they make a little contact. He backs out and gets collected from behind. Didn't want to force the issue there, just kind of Redneck opened the hole if he dove in there, but respectively kind of backed out instead of taking them both out of the race.
Redneck will take the 1 year, GD second. Kyle Mania takes 3rd, Nebraska. And then K. Adams will take the rear.
That's going to be the top 5 starting positions there for the main there, Cloud9. In the meantime,
Jamie's still leading the way here.
Definitely got a good, guess up a good lead there. Snipes made his way up to 4th. He's going to really help us starting spot in the feature. looking over at the Open Outlaw guys. Like they're getting on at their big block race there at Cedar. We'll jump over there as soon as we can. In the meantime, it looks like we have Ginger Ninja in second, Blazing Stein third, Snipes in fourth, Nugent in fifth, Kid Rocket, Moto Man up top, Blitz Kiwi, and Dago 21. Gonna round out that qualifying B main. All right, so we're what is it, about 9:30 Eastern, about 45 minutes away from Rip the Lip. I think we do have another league running right now, but I don't think I got anybody up streaming. It's a Weekend Warriors. They started about 45 minutes ago, but I don't see anybody, at least nobody that I'm following right now, has a stream going for it. But they're running micros, UMPs. I mean, Pro Late Super, Street Stocks 360s, and 410s all at Limaland. So busy night for them. I ran with those guys a couple of times. They don't pull huge numbers right now, but it's a fun group to run with if you get a chance to jump in there. It's kind of hard. Kind of hard when it's squeezed here between Cloud9 and Rip the Lip on a Monday night. The two of the bigger leagues right now, so it's gonna be kind of hard for them to really pull some numbers. But
they got a lot of classes to get through.
Yeah, they usually end up just running qualifying in mains. Don't really run a heat or anything like that or a dash, so it goes pretty smoothly, pretty quick. In the meantime, I think we've got Ultimate Outlaw getting ready to start up their. They're lining up right now for their big block race. That's the top left screen right now.
Yeah, Redneck's gonna roll off in that P1 position with GD, who was outside, to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, we'll go full screen here with Ultimate Outlaws while the Cloud9 guys are getting their main event lined up. 40 laps at Cedar Lake with a big box, kind of a small main event. Looks like only about 8 cars here. Like Foster's got himself sitting in fourth. We'll see if we can figure out who's in front of him here. Johnny on the outside there in second. A little bit of a pileup going into one there. Wildcat kind of checked up, and Foster gave him a good shot right in the door. It gives Johnny a chance to kind of get out in front. I really like the top around Cedar Lake in these big blocks, but the bottom still seems to be a pretty good groove for him too.
Yeah. I don't know if I even ran the big blocks on the new game, if I'm being honest.
I really enjoy the big blocks. It's one of my favorite classes for sure.
Yeah, I've ran them a few times in the old game. But, yeah, during that, it was still pretty good racing in them.
So we don't have a great view of this, but we're just going to have to view from back here from Foster's on this race. But we got Johnny out in front, Wildcat second, and Foster in third. In the meantime, it looks like Cloud9 guys are getting started here. We'll see if we can find us a spot here to get in and we can catch a full view of it. In the meantime, we'll see if we can kind of throw up GD and maybe Nebraska's views here to see where they're starting at.
GD's going off the outside pole with Redneck, so he's inside. Redneck, your point leader. Let's feel this. Because here, GD's got something for him here.
Nebraska kind of stuck in the cluster here, so we can see if GD can make a run on this outside. So look at all that momentum he loses out there. You just can't. There's just no bite out there at Rockberry for sure. If you can't get to the bottom, you're just gonna lose some ground.
Yeah, just gonna fall in line and just hope out of any of the 38 laps that the Ron Redneck will mess up in one of them, allowing GD to get by.
We're looking up at that Ultimate Outlaw race at Cedar Lake. It looks like Wildcat and Foster going out. Oh, they bang off the fence there. That was a little bit more of just a bang going in the corner there. Look, maybe a little retaliation there from Wildcat on Foster, but I'm not quite sure what that was. But they're still running. In the meantime, we got Redneck out in front. We'll throw up the full screen view here for this race.
If Nebraska rolled off 4th, he's up to the 3rd position. So he must have made his way past Kyle. And there's a caution out.
Caution flag going. Yep. Alright. GD down the bottom right-hand corner, Nebraska in the bottom left. Full screen view. And Redneck's view on the front. Meantime, I gotta pull myself back over to this ultimate alleyway, see what's going on there. Looks like they were beating and banging a little bit. Maybe we just throw that right here in the middle somewhere.
Like Redneck gets his own lane, so GD will take that inside with Nebraska to his outside. Everybody else is stacked in.
They're going for the restart. Delaware restart. Redneck gets a good jump there.
Looks like Nebraska didn't have such a great start. He's got Kyle Mania to work with on the inside there. He gets clear of them, and now has to get some ground back on Redneck here.
Looks like Nebraska fell back to 8. Yeah, he's in 3rd.
Oh, now he's back up to 3rd. Looks like he got back around Kyle Mania on the outside.
We got Redneck out in front, GD 2nd, Nebraska 3rd here. Redneck's just trying to get some separation in that O2 guard. Really, I don't think either one of these top 3 guys are really going to be able to make a move unless they either move somebody out of the way or somebody makes a mistake. But GD's looking underneath of him there.
Trying to
10 laps in.
Trying to get in there. Gotta make it light contact just to help get himself a run or break Redneck run off the corner.
Looks like that racing. See what happened. I saw Johnny was out in front for a while. I assume Johnny probably pulled off the leader. Mistakes. Jump back over the cloud 9 race. GD's just chasing Redneck down the bits and trying to make something happen. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just be patient, just stay on somebody's bumper and just hope they make a mistake. Pressure when they do something. Some guys just don't handle the pressure and will make a mistake if you just stay there with them.
Nebraska starting to pick up the GD and might put some pressure on GD to get around Redneck here. Redneck got a
and Nebraska top 3. Back here, receiver Snipes. That Snipes running back in 9th and Kid Rocket right in 8th. In the meantime, it's a good race here with these top 3. Redneck, he's not hit. Redneck just gets enough of a run in that middle groove there to stay ahead of him.
Down in there again. Lap
16 of 40. 24 laps to go. And a great race up there in the front. A little contact there off the 2.
A little tap.
4th.
Able to pull away from GD.
Just a great race with these 3. 3 of the fastest guys these late models in the game right now. He's just doing everything he can to pressure Redneck into a mistake, but at the same time he's got Nebraska right behind him.
Man, they just make no mistakes.
There it is, a big dive underneath Rocket. Just gave him enough.
Yeah.
I didn't even had to bump him there. I think Redneck just gave him a little bit too much space. They're going into 3. He's gonna try to make it move back under 1. Slide back under. A little bit of contact off of 2.
Yeah.
Just a really good race going right here.
That's good trying to work under GD.
Little bit of rub is not hurting anything here. These guys are just a lot of respect here, giving each other room, just trying to find a spot to get past. It's a really tough track to pass on.
You might have a little contact coming out. There it is. A little bump. For next still able to fall away going into 1.
Nebraska slides in there a little bit.
Might even give him a boost. Might help him. Get some on exit, right?
Little bump lap for him.
Yeah. Well, both of them to try and pass Redneck, but only 17 are left.
Space on the screen, right?
Yeah.
16 laps left to go. This top 3 just bumper to bumper. Nebraska's falling back just a little bit. Didn't see what happened there. Did he catch an apron or something, Gilly? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I think he caught the apron, got a little loose there, and lost momentum.
He's just gonna have to, hopefully these guys start kind of getting slide down back and forth on each other. Lose a little momentum so you can reel back in and get a shot at the win here.
Right on his bumper. And at his door. Lit off a little bit, didn't want to get into him.
Redneck's doing a really good job of holding his line here. You got somebody on your bumper the whole race like that, just keeping your composure, keeping your line, keeping up your momentum. Be a tough thing to do sometimes.
Yeah, I think he made one mistake this race, and he ended up being able to recover from it. GD got the apron there. Nebraska's already back to GD's bumper.
There we are. We got 11 laps left to go in this. Redneck, GD, Nebraska still holding on to 3rd. If something happens up in the front too, I don't know if he's going to have a shot at this. He might just have to hold on to that last spot on the podium. A little contact with the wall down the front chute. GD gets a good run into 1.
Oh, it's going to be close. I think he might get him.
Two, but they're going to go into 3 and 4.
Side by side.
Redneck gets back down the line. GD's back underneath him off of 4. Coming off side by side here again. Hope I'm on the right corners.
Catch through the 1 and 2. Wow, Redneck got a nice pull out of that. He's able to get back clear of
GD slides up a little bit. They lose some momentum for sure. We're going to catch up to a lap car here. Pretty sure Cloud9 rules just tell the lap car to get out of the way when these guys are coming, so we'll see what happens here. Doesn't look like he did it. Oh, the lap car gets in the way of Redneck. He has to slide up the track. GD splits him. That gives him a good run down the front straightaway on the inside line. That lap car really affecting the outcome of this race.
Wow, with GD to the point. Redneck trying to look low. He's got his nose in, but GD's able to clear him. Only 6 to go. Will Redneck be able to catch up GD and get around him?
GD, Redneck, and Nebraska in a great race here. Top 3. They caught up to that lap car, kind of got in the way there. Redneck had to move up out of the way, gave GD that bottom. Coming up on the 37th lap, there's 4 laps left to go. GD's getting a little bit of separation on Redneck there. He's gonna have to get to that back bumper if he's gonna have a shot at this, and I just don't know if he's gonna make it or not. Go through the field here a little bit Just a couple laps left to go. Top three kind of got about 3 or 4 car lengths between each other. Been a really great race here, Gilly. White flag coming out here for GD Redneck in Nebraska, the top 3 here. And that's going to be the finish. GD Redneck Nebraska, Jamie, Kyle Mania, Ginger Ninja, Nugent, Snipes, Motoman, and Blazing Stein. I lose you there, Gilly? Did I see Wampus sneak into the room?
Yeah, sorry, I just got back here. Yeah, looks like GD was able to love Redneck there.
You kind of creeping in on us here, Wampus?
I was letting y'all call that hell of a race there between Redneck and GD.
Yeah, it was a good run. I didn't see who that lap car was, but they definitely had a little outcome on that race for sure.
I think it comes to show that if you have a little bit of patience and kind of wait, the cards will fall your way sometimes. And GD kind of rode there for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Patience sometimes will take you to the front faster than anything else will. Just looking at, saw your message, Wampus, from about 14 minutes ago. I didn't even see you sneak in there.
Oh, you're good. You were all calling it good, so I was just listening and watching.
All right, so let's see here what we got left going on here. So I think that's going to wrap it up for the Cloud9 race. I think GD won both of them there, didn't he?
Yeah, he won the mods, I believe.
Won the mods too. So yeah, it's GD with a sweep there in the Cloud9. Let's see if he can pick up any more wins of the Rip a Lip a little bit later on. We got about 20 minutes to get lineups going over there.
Yeah, I start rolling through some of them pretty quick here and getting those lineups ready and posted.
All right. Just kind of catching our breath after that one. That was a great race to watch. So what else we got going on here tonight? We have Weekend Warriors are running, but I don't think I've got anybody streaming that anywhere. I think the Ultimate Outlaw guys are done for the night. So we also have the Midwest Online Racing Series. They started looks like they started about 50 minutes ago. They're running midgets, 360s, and pro lates at Lima Land and Cedar Lake seem to be the popular joints tonight.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to talk about, Wampus? I'm going to take a little break and get a drink real quick.
No, I was kind of watching off and on while I was watching the football game. Looked like there's been some pretty good, tight, clean racing tonight, which is to be expected with these couple leagues here, on a Monday night. So. I don't know if how are things going, Gilly, for the did you get that special race in, or is it coming up here? I couldn't quite remember what date you had set for that.
Yeah, no, it should be coming up here soon. We're hoping to get it in, but haven't got as many entries as we had hoped for, but it'll be the
It's right around Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, it's the three nights before Thanksgiving, so that'll be the 20. Let me look here. Make sure I got it right. 25th, 26th, 27th.
I mean, essentially, it's really a good time to run something like that because a lot of guys are taking the week off for Thanksgiving. So some guys should have some
Right.
free time to stay up and run a race.
Yep. Definitely try to get some prelims in there and mix up some different classes if you only want to run a certain class and whatnot. But yeah, hoping to get some more entries to get this thing to go or not. Still 50-50 on it, to be honest with you, if we're gonna fully get it to run it or not. But open for it.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and we'll be rooting from you here from DSRN. So
All right, we're back a little bit there. Back a little bit. I don't know what my English is. I don't know.
Yeah, I struggle in English too.
yeah, we're all just dumb dirt track drivers anyway, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Former, I guess. I don't know. Been a long time. Well, I guess I got in one this year, but been a long time before that. Yeah, so just looking around, just trying to, like I said, just trying to catch our breath a little bit here. We'll get going again here in a minute. We got Ripple Lip starting in about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to try to do this on Monday nights. Would like to do it more often, but just get other things we're doing. We're actually doing some league racing ourselves, jumping around. So we're going to try to do Monday nights here from about 8 o'clock Eastern on until Ripple Lip's done, and they start up at 10:15 Eastern. It's usually about an hour and a half, a little bit less than they're done, maybe an hour at the most. So we'll go from about 8 o'clock Eastern on to about 10:30 or 11. Try to cover everything we can. Try to cover what races we can, as long as there's some streams up, or we can jump in, talk about races that are coming up, talk about races that have been. Tomorrow night we're looking ahead. Tomorrow night we have quite a few different leagues running tomorrow. We have VOR running their pro lates. They run early 7:45 Eastern. Ultimate Outlaw running again tomorrow night with midgets, pro lates, and supers at Fairbury. Cloud9 runs their Tuesday night show with pro lates, 410 wingless, and they're running at Diamond Grove. That'll be fun with the pro lates.
Yeah.
East Coast Outlaws, they'll run midgets. They run like 6 classes here: midgets, big blocks, UMPs, pro lates, supers, 410s. I don't think they're getting out of there till after midnight for a show like that. Southern
Yeah,
Speed.
but they got a little bit of everything. So
Yeah, that's at Prairie View, another tight bottom feed racetrack. Southern Speed Racing is also going to run at 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. They're running Fairbury Canyon Midwest Online Racing Series, running Limelight with prolates and UMPs. All those races kicking off at 9 o'clock Eastern. So take your choice for that prime time spot. That closes out Tuesday night. Wednesday night, another big night for leagues is Wednesday nights with Redline, VOR, Ultimate Topside, Cloud9 again, Midwest Online Racing, and BCRL run on Wednesday night. That's my Wampus league that we run in on Wednesday nights. And then Rip the Lip also goes back with supers at Jacobs and Limaland. Is that right, Gilly?
All right, what was
that? Wednesday night, you guys run supers at Jacobs and Limaland?
Yes, Jacobs and Limaland.
Right.
This Wednesday.
We try to keep the schedule as straight as we can, but we know that some leagues postpone things here and there, so. All right, so it looks like we don't have anything else going right now. Sorry, go ahead there, Wampus.
And to touch base, I know we were kind of looking to the future here for leagues, but I know we had a big slate Sunday night of a lot of leagues running as well. I think Nitro Outlaws were running, BCRL was running, I think you even ran in, was it Midnight Showdown League there?
Yeah, Sundays you can run it all day long if you want. You can get on it. For me on the West Coast, it's nice because they got the Elite 406 guys that run at 4:20 Eastern on Sunday afternoons, which is 1:30 in the afternoon for me, which makes it kind of nice. But you could jump on there and run one of those guys, and you can run all the way up to the last night of the race. We have Midnight Showdowns running micros at midnight Eastern, and then the Cajun Pro X Series running street stocks. Now they were running at 1 o'clock Monday morning, but they switched it back to midnight as well. So you got your choice of two different leagues there at midnight on Sunday nights or Monday morning, whatever you want to call it.
And I do want to give a shout out to that Elite 406 Elite Hell League. They do run a custom league on Fridays, so if anybody's looking to get into some custom racing, Mod and I kind of dipped our toes into that this past Friday. Good league to run with, good guys. So if anybody's looking for a custom league, Friday nights, kind of your jam there.
Yeah, I like to jump in and run some customs where you can. A lot of guys say it's hard to run them because it takes so much time getting things set up. There's some good base setups out there you can find. There's some decent ones up on YouTube you can kind of take and then craft them to your own. They don't really take a lot of time. It definitely adds another layer to the game for sure.
I think it's a good thing for guys where the game starts to become monotonous. But I mean, I'm a slider guy. I love sliders, but I also do like messing with the customs. From previously being in a real race car to somewhat transferring over to the game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good different aspect to the game that kind of brings a new joy to it when you start messing with those custom setups.
While we're waiting for Rip the Lip to get going here, we're just kind of killing time and running our mouse like we're good at. I'm just gonna pop up our buddies here. I'll push around with him, but we both decided we suck too bad, so we kind of quit running with him. We're just good old dirt boys, We'll jump over.
Once again, it's a racing game, but it's completely different from kind of what we're used to. Is what I call dumb rednecks on dirt. There's a lot of braking and shifting in this F1 stuff. It's fun, but it's hard to get a grasp of.
Yeah, I'm kind of growing up, F1 wasn't really our thing. I just watched dirt racing. Always thought F1 was just a little too fancy, I guess, for us at the time. But really gotten into it over the last 5 or 6 years. I think just like a lot of people that have, it's all came from that driving ride series on Netflix. So.
It's starting to get popular too here. I mean, it's growing.
Yeah, for sure. How you doing, Billy? Getting your lineups ready to go?
Yep. Posting them right now.
Excellent. Only bad thing about doing this on Mondays, I don't get to race with you guys, but
okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect
just
job
gives
on
me
the turn in there,
excuse
mate.
to
Looks like a nice stop time.
Oh,
We're
I
happy
can't
with that
beat
one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my butt kicked either way.
I'll say Gilly's not going to make me a liar tonight. He's
now
going
in
to
what
win
finished the race on
this.
this compound.
I haven't raced since Wednesday, and I didn't practice for that race neither. So we'll see how this goes here. I probably have less than 100 races online, so
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's 2.
all these guys with all their practicing and whatnot, I just go out there and have fun.
Looks like they got a safety car coming out here. Looks like somebody.
Who are we on? Is this Logical that we're watching here?
Yeah, we're watching Logical. It's the only feed I got up. Murph in third, Hype fourth, Logical fifth. I'm guessing first and second's probably LKG and Yogurt. I'm not sure who that Yogurt guy is, but I guess
it's a little over halfway here, so there's a lot of racing left.
I guess we'll have to just have to call this Race Night in America for the DRSN, huh? We got suspect camo running NASCAR heat. We could pull that one up too, but we'll just kill a little time here with this F1 race until RTL gets going with their stuff.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast.
Did you watch that race from San Paulo yesterday at all?
I did watch a little bit of it, but not a lot. From what I caught was some good stuff. So
Yeah, what's really fun about watching these guys is introducing the weather. I mean, most of the stuff we watch, dirt track or NASCAR, and that kind of stuff, once it starts raining, everybody's just done.
right.
You know, but you throw in the weather to this stuff, and swapping back and forth between inners and wets, and it just adds a whole new. It was a lot of fun to watch. There was a lot of different things going on in that race yesterday. Made it really interesting.
I mean, even racing this game in the rain and the weather is brutal.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine doing it in a real car, real time.
What do we got coming up in the real world? We got Dirt World Championship at Charlotte this weekend.
I was just getting ready to mention I was going to kind of shift gears to some real stuff. Yep, the dirt track at Charlotte, the World Nationals are this weekend, starting Wednesday.
So that's probably on. That's pretty much a World of Outlaws deal, isn't it? So that's probably going to be on Dirt Vision.
It should be on Dirt Vision. It's a World Outlaw deal,
Yeah.
so they'll run from Wednesday through Saturday. I know the Lucas Oil Boys were down there in, I want to say, like East Alabama last weekend for a couple days show.
Yeah, I saw Ethan Dotson picked up that XR win. Was that at East Alabama? Was it last night? Night before?
Yes.
And I saw a little concert. Who was it? Who's the 10 car? Is it Smith? I can't remember. Little controversy. There was like they had a little altercation going on the track, and then it kind of bled over into the pits where that 10 car's crew did some damage to Dotson's trailer and toolbox and stuff like that. I don't know. It was kind of crazy is what it sounded like. I didn't got all the details on it, but.
And then rolling from Charlotte, we'll roll into Dirt in December in St. Louis in the Dome for a couple days. And then,
Nice for Gateway.
of course, Gateway, and then, of course, the Chili Bowl. And that'll be coming up here not too long from now. So,
yeah. You still with us, Gilly?
kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
You're done.
Yeah.
So, who's your pick to win tonight besides yourself?
The guy we just watched win 2 feature events. That'd be the man, the myth, the legend, GDDD.
Caution, caution.
Did I see Strummy race with you guys last week, or?
I don't know about last week, but I think maybe 2 weeks ago, I think he showed up.
Gotcha.
He's tentative tonight. We'll see if he shows. Maybe he can give GD a run for his money.
Yeah, I'm sure Rogue will be up there too. Skewy or Toasty or any of those guys been running?
Yeah, I think both of those two are both checked in. Or Walker also is. I think he's leading our all-time wins for our league.
Yeah, I guess I could just look at the list here and see who the hell's checked in for the night.
So you could pull up signups and just kind of go from there. But
yeah, thanks, Alias. If I can find it on this. Let's see here. There it
Look
is.
at that. I got extra time to run some practice.
There you go.
Get all 5 laps in.
You're at Cedar Lake. Everybody's at Cedar Lake tonight.
Yep, Cedar Lake night.
It's gonna be pretty wore out. Hope they got out there and watered it for you and filled it up.
She actually might be pretty rough.
I think them tires are acting pretty hungry tonight.
I like running street stocks there because you can run over them with a street stock.
Yeah.
All right, so looking down the sign-in, we have we got GD, JNC Moto, Rogue, O-Block. I'm not familiar with O-Block. Tony up top, racing quite a few with up top. Little Biner, X-Men Slide Job, Hatchet, world famous Gilly, Cyrix, Foul Hunter, Togsty, Skewy, Walker, X64 Moto, and Yeah, Ganster? Ganster 69?
Yeah, no idea who that is. He's new for the night. Maybe he'll win it.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes you get a guy come out of the woodworks. Seen a couple names here recently winning races that weren't really familiar. Well, we bored all of our viewers, Wampus. We had 4 and they all kind of left us. We're down to 1. Thinking that
No, that's because I showed up.
Yeah, probably.
It's the F1 stuff. Do this F1 up and everybody left.
Yeah.
I'm about to leave too if I have to watch this anymore.
We'll be rolling here in about 4 or 5 minutes. So, Gilly, you guys line up in random heat races, qualify, run your heat, and run a feature, correct?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Well, at least you got a good slate of cars tonight. I mean, that's a good number anymore these days with guys showing up. So
Yeah, just hoping we keep it clean here. That's all I really ask for.
I hope we get enough guys here running. Get enough guys streaming that we can pull some stuff up.
Yeah, I recommend watching. Obviously, GD Rogue should have one up. I'll have one up, but I'll be the lap traffic view.
Well, good. We can see from everywhere. That's always good. Always good to have multiple views.
Sark's will probably be live. He's racing tonight. Hoosier's questionable. He normally streams.
I'm not sure if I'm following. I was following Cyrus, but I'll have to go back and look. But
Well, I haven't even taken a lap in this game in UMPs at Cedar Lake, so we'll see how this goes.
yeah, if you hit that tire right in the middle of the corner, you get you a good boost.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
yeah, little Dukes of Hazzard going on.
I'm sure more people buy T-shirts, get some airtime.
There you go.
That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
In the meantime, I'm watching this F1. I guess Murph's got to be out in front. What do you think there? Oh,
Yeah, I think
watch.
things shuffled through.
Spin out.
I've had enough of this shit.
Yeah, that's just trying to push it, trying to make up that ground. I'm not for sure when the last pit was. I'm sure tires, he's on soft, so.
Oh yeah. Let's get it on mediums.
Is it mediums?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at LKGs because he was lit up for the purple sector.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trading the car ahead by.
Well.
37.
There's my couple laps of practice. Put 4 laps in.
You running any O's?
No.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I just took a guess at the lap time.
I don't know if you can get enough, if I'm being honest. And if you
You
can,
gotta baby
then
that
I'm in
equipment,
trouble.
right?
No, this could be rough, but yeah, I'm gonna go head over to the good old drivers meeting. I'll catch you guys.
All right, buddy.
Probably after.
Yeah, pop on over after.
Good luck, man.
We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah, thank you.
Give him hell.
All right.
All right. Well, hopefully we can grab some streams here. See if we can find some more that are live. That was a good race. I'm sorry I didn't see you pop in there, Wampus, but
Oh, it's good. I was letting you two call it there. I was gonna jump in if something catastrophic happened, but looked like everybody minded their P's and Q's, and it was just good good, clean, tight racing. I kind of wish a lap car might have moved out of the way, but
yeah.
every league kind of handles that lap traffic a little bit different. So
Yeah, I thought Cloud9 was, basically if you called it, then they were supposed to kind of get out of your way, but just watch Logical spin. I'm really glad I'm capturing this because he doesn't save his video, so we can save this for him.
yeah, Logical's having a rough go here in the last couple of laps.
Just be nice to save it for him. Just to share. All right. Get some guys popping up here on this RTL. Looks like Gilly's got his stream up and going. Where's that music coming from? Are you there, Wampus? Is it? Can you hear that music, or is it just me? Yeah, the problem with that is if we start playing music, we're gonna get copyrighted. So I mean, not that we are, yeah, um, not that we got enough viewers to make any money or anything like that. But I still don't want to get anything taken down if we can avoid it. So that's got some music. Yeah, it must be Slinky. What you were saying? Are you still with me? You kind of just cut out. I've got this music playing in my ears. I can't figure out where it's coming from. Are you with me, Wampus? Hello? There we go. All right. There we go. I got you now, Wampus. All right. Looks like Ripple Lips getting their qualifying going here. We got Gilly's view up here on the screen right now. So they're gonna run UMPs at Cedar. Start off the night. Rip the lip. Alright, let's see if we can get set up here and see if we can get going. Let's see if we can get going up here while they're just kind of getting started in.
Little technical difficulties there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of screwed that up, I think.
It's like, ooh, he going.
Yeah, I had some kind of music playing. I couldn't figure where the heck it was coming from, so I just kind of panically started closing windows. Couldn't figure out what the heck it was. So, trying to get some streams up here. See, we got views of. We get going here for the night.
With the quad box rolling.
We should go for like what would 6 be? 6-tuplet or something like that.
I was going to state before you rudely cut me out of the podcast here. I know it's not for everybody, but you know they did the update for skins for real drivers here this week, and I've seen a lot of guys happy about that. So, you know, I wish they were doing other things to the game, but at least they're doing some stuff. So,
yeah, those are pretty. Sorry to cut you off there, but go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just going to say it's nice to see I'm a big B-Shet fan, so it was cool to see some of the skins that he's ran throughout the season. But you know, the whole skins on the real drivers aren't. I like making my own custom cars, so but I do know some people prefer that. So
yeah, there's probably a pretty good number of people that just run the career stuff on here. I'd like to kind of see what the numbers are somewhere, but I'd like to see what the numbers are for online. When myself, I don't know what happened, so.
Are we still qualifying, or are we into the heat races here?
We're still qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm sure there's a good chunk of guys that just play. I mean, we've seen them on message boards and stuff. Guys that just play the career mode.
Yeah,
and that's what they enjoy doing. So, you know, for a career guy, getting a new skin on a driver they like it's a good day. So,
yeah, definitely not my thing, but kind of like this online world. Still trying to figure out who won that micro race in that that Ultimate Outlaw deal. I don't know what the heck happened there, but all right, we're getting some streams up here and going. Reaching out to some folks, make sure they're okay with us using their stuff. Don't want to just use their. Getting qualifying. Looks like, let's see, we got Gil Apron in the top left corner. Top right is Rogue. Bottom left is Rogue. Top right's GD. Sorry, top right's GD. See if we can find a fourth person to throw in there. Reach out to Cyrix. Just throw his stuff up on there and he can tell me to go to hell later or something. Cyrus gets commercials on his. What do you know? We'll just leave his off till the commercial's done. I don't want to play anybody's commercials on our stream. I gotta watch my commercials as it is. So in the meantime, is Gilly them in that heat race now? It looks like they're beating and banging a little bit. So can't quite tell who's
Yeah,
out
I think
front
they're
leading
on
that
that
thing.
412 here.
Kind of scattered about here. I think.
Well, it's a hornet's nest. I know that.
Yeah, I think GD's looks like their group's just qualifying. Looks like Rogue just got done qualifying. They're getting ready to run their heat. Kind of nice. We had different views from different heat races here. Let's see if we can jump into somebody's lobby here. There we go. Looks like Gilly left us a spot. That was very kind of him. Left-hand corner. So we got a good race going there with Jamie. I can't quite tell who's in front of him there.
Yeah, I can't tell either. We got what?
Looks like Walker out front.
Toasty on the inside there.
Yeah, it looks like Walker,
Toasty,
and
Jamie, Gilly.
Walker's another tough guy to race with in these UMPs. If he can get out in front of you, you're not going to have a whole lot of chance to catch up to him unless he does something stupid. I guess a polite way to say that would be to make a mistake, but
yeah, but like you and Gilly talked earlier, you know, I'm a firm believer in trying to ride on a guy and hope that he makes a mistake. You know, put that pressure on and just kind of go there and wait till the last minute to kind of make a move if you can. Looks like we got what? Walker, Slide Job, Jamie, Toasty, and Gilly rounding out the top 5.
yeah, that's what it looks like there in that heat race. I'm not sure. They must have ran the heats in the other ones already. We were kind of late there to the party. Just gonna get things set up and. I'll jump right over to the main. Hopefully Gilly leave us another spot, and maybe we'll pull up a big view of it. Looks like they're getting it set up now. I can't quite see how many cars they ended up with. Let's see how many guys I got in the Discord chat here. Oh, looks like a good field, about 17 cars in there. All right. Should be a pretty good feature here. A lot of good guys running the UMPs. And Cedar Lake's pretty racy for these. You can run the top or the bottom. Where you like to run out there? You like to run down those dangerous tires there, Wampus?
No, I like to get that run on that high side and kind of diamond down a little bit to get that run, you know, out of 2 and 4. I know it's not always the fastest line, but it seems to hold its own pretty well up there. I know a lot of guys that run that dangerous line at the tires, but I tend to mess up too much down there, so I like that high line.
Sometimes the risk reward down there is just enough to make it worthwhile.
I agree. But another fun track where you can run these two grooves, and that outside line will hang with that inside line. Makes for some pretty good tight racing, really.
Oh, for sure. All right, now that I comb my hair, I'll put my webcam back up.
Oh, I thought you were over there spit shining it.
In the meantime, let's see where they are. They're 6Xers from loading. Looks like I got GD on the pole, Motoman, Walker, Cyrix, Rogue, Slide Job, Foul Hunter, Hayden, Jamie X, and up top's gonna round out the first 5 rows here. Now see if we can find us a spot. Looks like they're all loading in here. I think I say the word here too many times, but
And while we're doing that, I'm going to give you a little free little punchline here. If anybody's looking for racing calling cards, Mod Graphics is your place to go. Doing some pretty fine work with a lot of people in this community here past month or so. So,
well, thank you for that. Yeah, it's been fun. Something we started doing here recently. It's kind of fun just to kind of create that stuff. And
I can tell you've enjoyed it a lot. So,
yeah, I send you enough pictures to look at every day. All right, here we go. GD on the pole. He gets a good jump on Moto there, going into 1. He's going to jump out in front. Looks like Walker trying to get his Moto for second. Has a good run down on the bottom. He's going to clear him. Going to follow GD by. We got GD out in front, catching through Roguesby there, sitting there in 4th. He's just kind of watching the 3 up front, hoping somebody will make a mistake where he can find somewhere. He's following Moto around there.
we got Gilly kind of back in the back there. Looks like it's pretty tight, 3-4 wide racing up there. So,
contact going there in the back. Let's see if we can jump back in the middle of the pack here and catch some stuff. It's kind of hard to cycle through stuff here. There's a good shot of the whole field. I didn't see what you saw. Oh,
somebody just exited.
Looks like Rogue exited the racer. I didn't see what happened to him, but
Rogue exited.
He is definitely checked out.
Looked like Gilly made maybe a slight contact, and tires were collected and exited the race.
Did not see what happened there. I think we got a caution out here. If we could be in 2 Discords at once, we'd jump over there and hear what's going on, but I have to figure out how to do that next time. Get the computer set up, jump into the Discord, into the earphone. That's just one more thing to work with here.
So we got GD in the lead, Walker running second.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, GD out in front.
Walker running third.
Center this up on the screen. We're up the restart here on this off of 4. So we get to the front and pass that. There we go. GD gets a good jump. Walker tries to cross underneath. He's got a line on him into 1. Not going to make it stick though. Clears him, catches the wall there a little bit. A lot of times you see guys hit the wall in this game, they're really not hitting the wall. It's just there's so much lag in this game.
Yeah, desinc's a big problem, especially when you're following a guy.
Somebody caught a tire there. They were kind of ghosted, so I didn't see really what happened. And the car spun out in the back. And we're going to have the caution, it looks like. That's about the 3rd or 4th race we've watched here at Cedar Lake tonight, and definitely the most cautions we've seen so far. Not see who that was that spun out. It must have been Jamie. I see Jamie kind of working his way up through the field. Oh, he's not happy with somebody.
No, he's making his displeasure known.
Or that was just a sloppy line. I couldn't tell which.
It could have been.
Looks like they're coming back from line. Looks like our buddy Gilly's worked his way up to 6th here. Still GD, Walker looking underneath them. They wanted to make a little bit of contact. Walker going to jump underneath him. GD up on the top. Side by side.
Ooh.
That's
some
Stewie
contact
sticking
there.
his nose there in third. I can't quite tell who that is. Oh, we got another pile up in the back. That's got to bring out another caution. That's going to be caution number 3. They're still going. Oh, another car spun out there. Oh, they're not going to pull out the caution here, but they're still going out up front.
Walker making that bottom stick.
Oh,
A
no.
little bit of run.
Looks like now they're calling another caution. A little beating and banging up there. The GD did not look happy with Walker there. Kind of turns him around on the caution. Who's that sitting in third? Cyrix. How am I supposed to pronounce that? Cyrix? It's been a little bit of a rough start in this one here. We're on a third caution. We're 17 laps in with 13 to go. Another start. Walker gets a big jump on that start. He's chasing him down. Cyrix in second, or third, sorry. Will Abner, I think he's in fourth right there. The 8-car slide job.
Looked like GD got a little bit of contact on that restart, kind of held him up a little bit, let Walker take the lead.
Catch Walker's view. We've got Walker, GD, Cyrix holding on to third position there. Everybody Gilly's worked his way up to fifth. No practice. We're going to call him No Practice Gilly.
No practice, Gilly making it work tonight.
Yeah, slide job there for fourth.
Walker trying to get a couple car lengths on GD.
Not being very successful. GD's closing back up on you on here. Lap 22 with 18 to go.
GD running all the way down tight with them tires.
Getting underneath the thunder to 3. Mess up what corner we're on, but I think if we're it's like we're going to see us right over. In the meantime, it looks like we'll try the outside green. I'll try to put something up there. Down to the bottom. He's had a little bit of a rough start, but it looks like it's kind of smoothed out now. GD, Cyrix sitting in third. Slide job fourth. Gilly's still moving on to fifth. He didn't give himself much of a chance early. He's got to be pretty happy with the top 5 run, to be honest with you. How many cars are here tonight? Jumping to the front there. So Cyrix little screen time, the slide job trying to get around there for third. Just all kind of settle into single lane here.
Up front we got Walker running the bottom line and GD's running that top line. Let's see which one will prevail here.
Looks like. Oh no, sorry, I was looking at this.
I think GD's closing the gap just a tick. He moves back down to the bottom there.
There's a good one right there. He gets right up on the bumper. Walker's gonna have to make a mistake for him to get by him, or he's gonna have to move him one of the two. But he's just not even close enough to do that right now.
Now we're 9 laps to go here.
9 laps to go. So we're still looking at Walker, GD, Cyrix, slide job, and Gilly. Scan through the field there just a little bit. Not sure what happened to the road there, but there's something happened. He kind of just checked out. Must have broke something, loaded in the trailer and went home.
Closing in on 5 to go. Walker maintaining pace, but GD is right there.
Back up here on the front. Yeah, GD is right on this bumper. I'm looking underneath them right there. Gonna maybe get. I'm gonna give him a little bumper. He's gonna hold on to it. We got what, 4 laps left to go here. 36 to 40. Definitely got number. GD's just a little bit faster than Walker. He just cannot find a way around.
See if he decides to use that bumper or not with these closing laps.
Right here, we're at 2 laps left to go. Walker, GD. Like Cyrus in 3rd, slide out in 4th, and Gilly back in 5th. Around the top 5. We're coming up on that last lap. White flag lap coming out. GD still trying to find a way around. Looks like Walker's going to hold him off here. He's up on the last lap. And it's going to be Walker, GD, Cyrus, slide job, Gilly, top 5.
Good run by Walker once he got the lead there.
Yeah, definitely just held him off. Jamie 76 is going to be 6th, Steve in 7th. Coach Speed 8th. Looks like. Let me see. That's it. Here we go. Hayden 9th. Little Binder in 10th. That's going to run up the top 10.
No practice, Gilly with the top 5.
Yeah, look at that.
Good run from the back.
Looks like they call him MPG. No practice. Let's see. What are they doing? They're doing. Should just have all this stuff memorized by now. But it's just. We're going to go on to Eldora. Nice big track. Looking over to Rogue Stream. Looks like he's turned his stream off. He might be done for the night, so we'll see what happens there. And Hayden with a fast lap in that race with a 12.373. At least he had the fastest lap when I looked up anyway. That's a good race. Good race.
It was a good race.
Kind of a little bit ugly there in the middle. Quite a few cautions, but so they got it smoothed out there. Didn't see what caused any of the cautions. We're not pointing any fingers at anybody, but usually a league like Rip the Lip, 3 cautions is quite a bit. Usually racing's usually pretty clean over there. So, but you know, just takes one guy messing up, hitting the tires, collects a bunch of cars.
Well, you know, in leagues these days, these guys are running so close in time and times and tight that, you know, everybody's bunched up. So
For sure.
cautions are eventually going to happen at some point.
Let's see. Thought I. Can you hear my keyboard clicking?
No, sir.
All right.
I'm half deaf too, though, so.
Yeah, I understand. You're not even the old one.
I'm trying to catch you.
You'll catch me eventually, but I'll probably be dead, so.
Well, we know Gilly's putting on a big race here in a couple weeks. Any other big races on the home front? I think our home league's going to try to throw something together here, probably at the end of December, some type of special race. But I'm not for sure of too much on the home front.
I saw another league that was putting up a Christmas race, and dang it, if I didn't see it. I gotta go back and look that up. I can't remember who that was. Anybody else had a few more I could go look in the tab or any message or smoke signals, whatever works for you.
And I think you said we were off to the High Banks Eldora, right?
Yes, sir. And you can mess that mic off for like 2 minutes and have 2 minutes left to go. I'm not sure how I'm doing with it. You were watching the stream a bit earlier. How was the sound on the? How was all the sound for the cars and the mics and all that stuff? Did it sound alright?
It sounded good. I have no complaints.
Yeah. I went back and watched last week's and it seemed like we were sound makes off a little bit off for some of the stuff. So. All right, so we're watching qualifying right now. So we'll jump into one of these heats somewhere. Streams I have up there. We have GDs, we got Cyrix, and we got Gillies. Walker's got his stream going too. Maybe we'll throw that up somewhere. Looks like Grove went home with his car for the night.
Kind of curious to see what line some of these front runners are going to run tonight. If they're going to stick to that high side, if they're going to run that little diamond line down to the bottom, or completely stick to the bottom.
Yeah, we're watching GD right now, and he's running that bottom line. He's kind of going into three on the top, running 3 and 4 on the top right now. But sometimes these guys are going to swing up. They'll run that top for a lap, and then go back down to the bottom. That swing. It's like the old days running Talladega and the NASCAR. You go around on the top for a while, and you go out for a while. Back down that bottom line. There we go. Gilly, our good buddy, no practice Gilly's heat races up here down in the bottom right hand corner. This speed on the left. It's at the corner right now.
Yeah, Gilly's kind of running that top, kind of mid line. He's not. Well, he's running. Let's see here, 1 and 2 all the way down to the wall. And it looks like 3 and 4. He's kind of running a mid line there.
Get some more screens up here so in case there's something exciting going on. Lots of guys streaming this tonight, so it's kind of most of you guys have reached out to have been really accepting of us using our streams for this, so thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Settled over jumping in the heat. Starts booting people. Putting out the dust boot there, Wallace. A lot of these leagues like to run a lot of times we'll instead of the league races they'll use the public lobbies because it's just easier to get guys in and out of. It's funny with a lot of the social media and some of the posts are like every time I join a race I get booted and this and that. Most of the time it's just that you're joining a league race, and it's just because it's easier than running the private lobbies. So sometimes the invite stuff don't work on Discord or Xbox, so it just makes it a little more challenging. So guys will just use the public lobby to jump in. So
yeah, and I feel like every league has kind of found their niche of what runs well.
Yeah.
For them. So I know in BCRL we run pretty much private lobbies because most of the guys we're running with kind of have it down pat. So
yeah, I think you can do that. Are you there? Sorry, I sound like an echo. Holy mackerel.
yeah.
I think you can do that. With a kind of an invite only league. The open leagues. We got so many different guys coming and going all the time. It's just easier to do the public for guys to get in. I know what I was trying to say. I kind of stammered my way there, but
You found your way.
I found my way. All right. Well, we've been streaming now for 2.5 hours. Wife came in here and threw a sandwich at me a little while ago, so I think we can make it through these heat races and main events. Definitely a lot more room to race here at Eldora. We're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see the same, you know, near as much pushing and banging as we did at Cedar Lake for sure.
No, I think we're going to see some tight racing, but it's going to be a little more fanned out than we were there at Cedar Lake.
All right, we'll jump into Gilly's heat here. In the meantime, we got GD and Cyrus in the same heat together up on the top right hand screen. And GD jumping out front again. It's been a good part of the night. Wooden Southern heat race. We got Walker on the pole. Looks like Jamie up on the outside. Starting to learn these guys' cars a little bit like skewy there in the 2 car behind him. And our good buddy no practice Gilly running next to slide job there for about 4th and 5th in this heat race. Side by side there with Jamie and Skewy. Who's the 2 car?
Walker carrying that momentum over from that last win.
No, 2 cars toasty. Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, you're good. Good little run here, running up in first. So
Walker, Toasty, Jamie, slide down and Gilly going at it for 4th right there. It's a good race. A lot of you guys running the bottom line here. Looks like we need to. Looks like we need to improve our line here.
Yeah.
Well, Walker made a mistake there. He's in the wall. He's up on the top there, but they just couldn't quite capitalize on it. The other heat race, we got cheating in the way with it from front. Cyrus is up now on 70 cars behind him. That's going to settle out. We're about 5 minutes up to go on that one. In the meantime, we got
Toasty made a good move there on Walker. Couldn't quite finish it.
And we got Walker, Toasty, and Jamie going at it here. So we got slide down in 4th, Gilly 5th. It's tight racing here though, nice and clean. They're really making that bottom groove work really well for him. Switch back over to Ian on that. Ian, the heat. Cyrus in this one here, we got Walker, Toasty, Jamie, slide job, and Gilly in the top 5. I guess I should go back to see.
Ooh, some contact between Walker and Jamie. Walker slides up, hits wall. Toasty gets by.
Looks like I got switched off at the wrong time there. Toasty out in front of Walker, back up underneath of him. There's a little bit of contact, but nothing. Wasn't too bad. Walker's back down on that bottom. Forces Toasty up in that middle groove. Walker sliding up in front of him down the back chute. So a little more bumping and rubbing. Walker back in front. This is coming up for the checkered right here. It's gonna be Walker, Toasty, Jamie, top 3 of. I didn't see what that initial contact was. I was kind of goofing around the side to the group. I should have stayed there. Did you see what happened?
Looked like Walker checked up a little bit, and Toasty got into him, and he pushed up. I think no harm, no foul, just kind of a racing deal there.
That was a good racing, nice tight racing. It's going to be that way all throughout the main event. You look at this group of guys, and guys like Walker, GD, they get a lot of wins in this stuff, but there's probably 7 or 8 guys in this that could win this tonight here. I'll throw Toasty in there, Skewy, Jamie. Moto Man runs really well. So there's a bunch of different guys. Cyrix has been running well as of late as well.
Yeah. Well, of course, we always preach from our league. Starting positions are huge anymore in these
huge.
leagues because they're like you said, 7, 8 guys in a night can win, and if you kind of get stuck in the back and then fast guys start up front, it's hard to make your way up there.
Yeah, you look. I mean, look where these guys are running at right now. The bottom is really dominant. Nobody was really making that top work well enough to make a pass on anybody. So you get to the front and I don't know, but you get a guy behind you that's not afraid to use the bumper a little bit and kind of just push up out of the groove. Been seeing quite a bit of that lately. Not not my style, but as we have talked many times in the past, all these guys watching NASCAR, they think that's the way you're supposed to do it. So
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel these young kids watching NASCAR, the bump and runs and stuff, have kind of ruined really racing today. But that's the era we're in. So us dinosaurs kind of have to adapt, I suppose.
are we just sounding like the old man now? Is that what we're doing there, Waltus?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, things were so much better. That was my horrible old man impression. All right, so where's our lineup here? Let's see if we can pull this up. There we go. So we'll use Cyrix's stream here. Got GD on the pole, Skewy on the outside, Walker starting inside of row 2. Cyrix. Sorry, man. My pronunciation. See, I can't even say that word. That's how bad it is. Oh, Rogue did make it back, and I didn't see that. He just turned his stream off for a little bit. So Rogue starting 5th, and I didn't see the 6 house. He was ramming. So we'll get this going. Looks like Gilly left us a couple spots to jump in. So we'll jump in here and start like 17th in the field. Wampus, you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's mix it up. Let's rub some elbows with these fast guys.
Like in the old days, we just throw a chain out and hang on. All right, here we go. GD on the pole. Skew on the outside. Big pack of cars into one. GD's going to take off the lead. Walker's making his way up under Skewy for second there. I didn't see what started that.
Wow.
Big pile up there. GD up into the fence. I think we might see a restart after that. I see some guys leaving the lobby. Yeah, Gilly's already setting up a new one. Maybe there was a reason for a restart, and maybe there was already a reason for a restart, and then they started exiting.
Calamity corner.
Yeah, I think maybe that was just a. I think that was they'd already decided to restart the race, and that was the pileup that ensued when they were all just leaving the lobby. There's too many guys that jumped out too fast, though. But I got to get real exciting for a second, right? Oh, look at that! Oh,
yeah. You heard it here first.
Well, we got a good clip. We'll just throw that up somewhere, and I should maybe clip that on the Xbox there so I get it. There we go. All right, looks like they're gonna restart that. So we'll go back and go through the lineup best we can. So it looks like we got GD on the pole, Skewy outside of him, Walker, and Cyrix. I'm really sorry, dude. I don't know why I keep struggling with that. In the second row.
He's going to come after you for that.
I know it. Then we got Rogue and Tokesty in row 3, Valhunter, Moto Man in row 4, Jamie and Little Biner in row 5. Let's see if we can get back further than that. Starting 11th is going to be, would you quit that, Gilly? I'm trying to see the lineup. Oh, you messed me all up. Trying to use Gilly's stream, and he's just kind of flipping. Oh, you heard me. K. Adams, slide job, Hayden Gilly. That they're gonna round out. Oh, he's booting people. That's what it is. And Ganter's gonna start 15th. Looks like a 15-car field here to start. Welcome to our 4 viewers. You got any
Happy
notes?
Monday.
How things are sounding? Send me a note, please. We're just kind of getting this going. Looks like we need to jump into the lobby there.
Well, let's see if we can get a little bit better start this time around.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. We'll have to ask Gilly when he comes back what that was, because I don't know if it was just a false start or actually something happened that caused him to start. I'm not sure, but all right, we got a few different views up here for you. We're gonna get a view from Gilly, from No Practice Gilly, from somewhere in the back. GD up front. Here they go. GD with another good start. He jumps out in front. This one looks like Skewey's going to hold on a second. Walker holding on to that 3rd position.
Nose to tail down there at the bottom, just tight.
Like the gaggle of cars we got going here for sure. GD's going to. Maybe he's going to run away with this one. He's going to have to fight for this one for sure. Skewey's all over it. Cyrus has made his way up in the 3rd around Walker. Look through the field, but again, I don't want to miss the action up front like I did last time. Looking up at Walker's team, Walker trying to work that top groove. He's falling back a little bit. He's back into 5th, but he's trying to see if he can gain the momentum on the top and see if he can make it work.
Huey holding tight to GD up front here. And Walker, kind of, like you said, fighting in that kind of mid-pack there.
Looking underneath Falconer. Oh, he gets a little contact there from Toasty. Toasty was ghosting when he came up on him there, but he actually affected Walker a little bit. So he's now falling back to about 8th or 9th. In the meantime, we got GD still up front with Skewey, Cyrus. And got Rogue in 4th, I think. Here, look out. I can show you all the different views on this. It's like Rogue has made his way up in the front. He's on Cyrus.
I was going to say, it looked like GD might have slipped up a little, but he regains it there.
But Skewey's just trying to find a way around that bottom. GD's not going to give it to him. So it's going to make it easy for him for sure. Oh, look in the mid-pack, we got Gil. Battle going back there for 12th and equal contact with Abner. It looks like they're going to get trained out. In the meantime, it's still GD up front, Skewey in 2nd. Rogue 3rd. Cyrus in 4th. So we can scan through the field there. Something here we're getting.
Looks like everybody's kind of fanned out a little bit, so.
Walker's falling back to 9th. But he's back here racing. Let's see, I can see him around here. You see Adams in there. Contact. You see Slide Job in there. Moto Man. He'll reach for 8th, 9th, and 10th there. It's some really hard racing. Every kind of fight for that bottom there is definitely a dominant place to be. Good little battle here. Walker now is up on that top blue trying to find something to get around. Slide job. Meantime, I'm looking at front. He's got still a pretty good company. He's right on the back cover though. Scan through the field here a little more.
Yeah, GD and Skewy still fighting there for first and second.
We're on lap 16 right now, 24 to go. GD and Skewy's just trying to keep the pressure on him.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of buying his time and being patient and waiting here.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for GD to make a mistake. I think he's going to wait for a while. And make something wrong.
Yeah, GD's pretty on point every night.
Getting back in the field again. We got Walker racing in 8th there back here with Moto. Man, they make a little more contact. This might get a little rough, but we'll see what happens here. We'll keep it on it for right now. Some good racing going on. Moto, Walker, slide job. Adams here racing for 8th, 19th, and 11th. It's actually going from the front. So we'll kind of watch back here a little bit, see what's going on. Good little race. Walker gets down underneath Moto, gives him just a little bit of a bumper, moves him up the track.
Still got eyes on the front of the field here. GD's got about a couple car lengths on Skewy, and then third's 4 or 5 car lengths behind that.
A lot of good action went on right here in the mid-pack, so we'll just kind of watch it here. Shaking it out. Jump up here to start 6 now. Falling back behind Jamie. Maybe Toasty in front of him there. He's separated himself a little bit there from Skewy. Hasn't he about 4 or 5 car lengths maybe?
Yeah, he's starting to gain a little bit of a bigger lead here. I mean, they're mirroring each other down there on that line, so, you know, like we discussed earlier, you run the same lap times. These guys are so fast, so close in times, it's hard to make up any ground, you know, running pretty much same times, same line, same times.
About 14 laps left to go here. Scan back, I think this is the battle for 4th and 5th was Toasty, Jamie, and I believe Cyrus right there. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Everybody's kind of just settling in position here a little bit right now. Let's still got this good battle going on here for this 8th, 19th, and 11th position. We're kind of getting away from this a little bit, but we got really good in here. A gaggle of cars. Cars of gaggle. That just means something.
A cluster, a hornet's nest.
This is quite the hornet's nest we're watching right here. We got 8th, 9th, 10th. We got like 8th through about 13th all racing right here together. Walker kind of leading the pack with slide job Moto. Gilly's finding himself under Adams, and I'm not quite sure who that purple car is, so I apologize. You watching the front for me?
Yeah, the front 3 are strung out. They're probably, you know, we got 4 or 5 car lengths between us. Each first, second, third there, kind of spread out. Nobody making any mistakes, just running their lines and hitting their marks.
More contact. These guys are really fighting hard for this mid-pack position. A lot of room to race at Eldora, so it's nice and wide. Lots of groups around here. We'll have to see if there's any wrenches thrown in the pit. So what happens when you get out in front and run away? You don't get much camera time, so you watch until some action goes over there, see what's happening. Just get it through the field there.
Man, that is a hornet's nest back there. What is that, 12th, 13th, 14th or so?
Yeah, Gilly's found himself back to about 12th right now, so yeah, it's about 8th to 12th. They're all right here together, 8th to 13th actually. Kind of going at it.
Down to about 5 to go.
We'll jump back here in the front. Give GD and Skew and Rogue their
Yeah.
screen time for the top 3 here.
GD is just taking a commanding lead. He's looking to sweep the evening.
Didn't Walker win the race at Cedarville?
Oh, that's right. I apologize. Apologize to Walker for that.
That's all right.
It was a tight race between GD and Walker there.
Looks like Rogue's going to sit on for 3rd here. Couple laps left to go. Back in the front one more time. Pretty good race all the way through. A lot of tight battles. A little bit of revenue. Oh, we got Cancer 69 broke down on the bottom of the track there. 2 laps left to go. GD still out in front. He's got a pretty decided lead. I think that's still Stewie in second. Stewie's got back to 4th. I think that's Rogue in second. Toasty in 3rd.
Oh!
That was the finish.
I was right at the line there.
Yeah,
Yep.
they like to spin at the finish line. Finish here. Top 10 is going to be GD Rogue or 250 Sorry, we didn't see that earlier. I didn't see what happened there. But Rogue second, Toads and Stewie. Jamie Cyrus, Fowler, side job 8th, Walker 9th after his win at Secret Lake, and Moto Man back to 10th. That was a good race.
Yeah. Another solid night by not a good league.
Yeah. We'll have to find maybe we'll have to switch up to another night to cover some other leagues, but Monday night's been good for us. A lot of good action going on. I got my JJ Italy shirt on here, Wampus.
I did not. You're just bringing out, that's the old man in you there.
Oh, well, that's a brand new shirt, though.
Surprised you're not wearing your new RTJ championship shirt.
I'll save that for next Monday night.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you know what? I did not get a new championship shirt, but good win by GD there.
What?
A good night of racing. We covered a good 4 or 5 different leagues tonight, much as we could. Tried to jump over and cover a couple other ones, but we didn't quite see anybody up streaming that we knew, so we got Slinky over here racing something.
Yeah,
but, yeah, it was a
both
good
these
night.
leagues show up and put on some great racing. Good, clean racing at that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of fun to watch. For sure.
I think I saw No Practice Gilly jump back in with us here.
No practice Gillies here?
Heck yeah.
Hey,
Right.
congrats on the top 5 there, first race.
Yeah, good. We got
Got a lot of help from people smacking tires and hitting people, but I was able to get on the good side of it.
What the hell happened to start at Eldora the first time?
What the feature?
Yeah, what was it the restart of would you guys do a restart there or what was that?
Oh yeah, someone didn't load in their game crash or whatever, so we
okay.
always give one chance for a re-rack. So.
Gotcha. We were getting excited. We thought, it was a big pile up.
Yeah.
Good run though. We gave you a new nickname. Your new nickname is No Practice Gilly.
Hey, I'll take it because it's the truth.
That was a good race back there in that mid pack at Eldora for about 8th through 13th with Walker and Side Job and Moto Man.
Yeah.
That was quite the battle. We got some good close of it for you.
Sweet. Yeah. Cedar Lake was rough in the beginning, but I feel like once we strung out, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Surprised that Walker was able to hold off GD there.
Yeah, it was a little rough there at times. Looked like some guys hitting some tires, causing some cautions. Kind of slowed down the event a little bit, but
yeah,
looked like a really good night overall.
Yep.
Most of
Really had to drive your butt off there in Eldora. You're kind of in the hornet's nest most of the race there.
Yeah, I was still trying to figure out the track. If running that apron down right against that wall was faster, if I didn't really cut into that and try to save some speed, or what was fast. Just trying to work the top even too, but just trying stuff.
Let's see. Looks we got some cleanup to do on aisle 5, Wampus.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Yeah, we'll take care of it here in a minute. Well, thanks a
I
lot,
work
guys.
I work aisles 6 through 10.
Yeah, so I got to take care of 5. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. We'll end the stream and then we'll talk about it. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm sorry it was late notice, but I think we're throwing this together pretty well. I'm having fun playing with the studio and just throwing some things up. So hopefully it looked okay for everybody on the outside. But
Yeah,
appreciate
appreciate
it.
everybody showing up again.
Yeah, I appreciate all your guys' efforts and we'll do this again next Monday night. The week after, I think I might be here, but we'll see. But we'll do it again next Monday. Thanks again for everybody that watched. We got almost a solid 3 hours, but we'll call it there. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.